So this week we released a new version of the Figaf ET tool, and I'm pretty happy about it because we added some really nice features that I think will make it a lot easier for users to develop CPI content. And these two main features are actually tied a lot together. So the first one is we have created a way that allows you to create shared content between your CPI content. So a lot of times when I've been working with CPI, it seems like you need the same kind of scripts, monitoring solutions, stuff like that, and you want to apply in different scenarios. And the normal way would be then to copy it from one iflow to another. And then you end up modifying it, one of them, and you don't really know where it's actually being used otherwise, and then you end up with some clones of this specific script, and you don't really know which one is best, which one to choose when you're developing the next one. So that is why we have typed that into the AT application, and with that we also have the ability to synchronize it all to out the other systems. So imagine that you have assigned a script to 3 different iflows, you make a modification, and because you find out that this is really necessary, then you can apply the same change to all the 2 other iflows, and that makes it a lot easier to maintain shared scripts, XSLTs and everything like that in your scenario. The other thing that we've added, and one of the bases of having shared script, is that you need to be able to test it really easy, because otherwise, you would not update all the other scripts because you don't really know what's going on. And that is also one of the features that we have added, the ability for you to test with mock data. So for a year or so we had the ability to test your CPI flows, where we just send in the same message and download all the different components or the different trace data from it. It does have some challenges. For instance, if the message relies on some data that being changed, that you're looking at what was changed in the last hour, that would never be the same, so you would not really be able to run that in a batch mode. And that is what we have created. We have created a script that would allow a function called mock data, where instead of calling this SuccessFactors, Salesforce, whatever, we would call the AT application and respond with the header and body as this original payload was giving. And then you can actually test that all your scripts, routing, internal logic work with this content, and this makes it a lot more safe to do modifications of your scripts content, because you have a valid way to test it. And also a challenge is, for instance, HR data. You cannot create the same employee a million times. It will just mess up things, and then you need to have it tied together with deleting and stuff like that. It's really is a challenge, and that's why we've created this function, and hopefully it will also enable you to test the script functions with the next release of SAP. So those were the 2 main features, and I think that makes it really interesting to use the tool to improve your CPI development practice, because that is where I see a lot of customers are going on. We're creating more features, making it even better to do these kind of things, handling your whole development workflow in CPI. So that is some of the things that we have in the pipeline, making it easier to deal with these things. I think a smaller feature was also we had the ability to transport iflows, and in that perspective it makes possible to also configure your iflows in all the different landscapes. So you know that in your productive landscape you need to call this URL with this password. And what we added now is a function that actually validates that this is a password, this is a certificate, and then it checks on your productive system, do you actually have this password? Do you actually have this certificate on it, and if it's not, you will get a warning, and that will make it a lot easier for you to actually handle these different kind of things. So I hope this has been useful. You want to try out the Figaf tool, you can go to figaf.com/IRT and try it out. There's a free trial that will give you a lot of insights about how it works, what it can do for you. So go check it out, figaf.com/IRT.